In we go. Swing for me. Oop. Oh. 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 Okay. It's okay. I don't need those limbs anyway. Why are you shadowy? What's your dealio? Alright. I don't need shins. Let's just break them with our physics. What the heck? Oh, I thought there was like a little white eagle down there. I'm like, that's very specific. I was wrong. That seemed to work out. Yeah! Woo! Hi. Bye. Come back out, I need you. Didn't plan that part very well. No weird surfaces? Okay. Kind of a weird surface. No, it just doesn't line up. Ah, noises. They're free, they're free! Hi. Can't go that way. Can go this way. They're coming alive and they don't respect property. What if I just turn all these on? Where do you end up going? Nowhere! Alright, you go down then. Ah, that's what it is. Oh, got that direction wrong. Oh, that works still. Ptoing. Okay. Just defaulting to turn everything on until I find out why it's a bad idea. Okay, so our goal is to get you over there. One option is going through here, I suppose. You'll bounce off that, but that won't really help, will it? Makes you shoot back. Why do I want to do that? Alright, now you're looping in this other state. How do I successfully get you to go down there? If I remove that and hit you... Ah! Bounce off that. We hate walls here. This looks just...
to me. The whole thing is bullshit. I can see on your camera. Look around you. You really think this is an alien craft? The colors, the symbols, they're all human. They're all things you can understand and solve. It's all part of it. And you think the cube is really falling to pieces? The hanging wires, the holes in the wall, none of them lead you anywhere. They don't want you to go. You need to lose your faith.
This guy's basically just telling me to stop playing the game. The visual of these grids getting broken apart by a red streak, like, just reminds me of a kind of dumb break-free piece of artwork that I made on, like, when I'm back in my crappy DeviantArt days, where I was just didn't have ideas and was just making just dumb things all the time. It's actually striking how similar the visual is. Turns out when you see one red grid, you've seen them all. What's up with that thing? So I guess I need to touch like a... This is a weird room. This is a weird room. What is happening? Okay, so it's like circuitry? Okay, so that's the room. I was gonna say, like, this room is full of things I've never seen before, and I'm not sure what to make of it at first. Huh. So what I'm starting to question is the game ever gonna mix these concepts together? Because it seems like we're going into chambers where they just throw an idea at us, and then it seems to go away. Oh, hi. Am I gonna die? No? Okay, so I guess... this might be like the ideal position for this puzzle, is why they sent me up here. So... do I want the laser beam to go through both the purple and blue? I mean, sorry, the red and blue to get to the purple, I guess? Oh, good, I did it. Okay. Now there's another purple beam, so... different plan, I suppose. Ta-da! I did it! What is it? What does that sound for? Can I just leave? I guess that was the you can leave sound. Huh. Pretty straightforward stuff. Color blending. Point this thing at the thing by clicking on the arrow that points at it. Is it gonna get weird? Are you gonna get weird, game? I invite you to get weird. Where's the red? There it is. That's the purple. Now there's a green. I'm sorry, orange. Now there's green. So now I need to point at the blue. Oh, I guess that is the trick, because it has to turn a 90-degree angle every single time it goes through one, is the trick here, I suppose. If you point at this, it'll bounce off the back of the mirror reflection, which works fine. Green! There we go. So what I was just learning there is that every time you go through one of these things, it has to go 90 degrees every single time. You can't pass through it straight. Whoa! Whoa! Spiral staircase. Alright. I forgot the name of that artist. Escher. Ah, floor.
Hey. Fingers crossed you're getting this. Look, I have some bad news. That link up with your wife, it doesn't look like it's gonna be possible. But hey, you're almost on the home stretch anyway. You'll get to see her soon. By the way, I noticed some kind of interference on your signal frequency. It's probably just a wave of radiation passing by the cube. I'll look into it. Everything you're doing is great. Keep doing it.
You'll never be able to talk to your wife because your wife's not real and you're not real. You're actually a potato. Look down. You got a potato body. Oh no. Let's see. I want you to touch that, I guess? Is that the goal? Or is that... no, I need to shoot that light at that. Right. Okay. Okay. I could use that in I have to use that as an elevator. Or a lift or whatever. So I need to push it over here and then lift it up somehow. Right there. Okay. So push you there. Then here. Then here. Then up. That timing, though. There we go. did it? Or... Oh, the cube doesn't matter, it just has to go through the hole. And that's it? Okay. Straightforward. We're getting a little bit back in the territory of the puzzles feeling like I'm just following instructions. And I feel like we just did the whole turn right 90 degrees whenever you hit a wall puzzle, but then it just ended very briefly. So we'll see if this one gets fully explored and we do interesting things with it, or if it just gets introduced and thrown away. Or maybe they'll do something cool where they all get mixed together at some point and it'll all be worth it. Can I do something with you, or are you just here to be a random... I think it's just a random item thrown apart. Thrown aside. Maybe. I don't think I see any secret walls. Well, of course I'm gonna try to climb up here. Hello, are you a secret room? You seem like a secret room. My goal is the laser, I assume? Yeah, I guess. And I need to shoot it at what? This wire, I guess? Maybe? The goal doesn't stand out as immediately being obvious in this case. Weird, you can move it by 3, but it's like gargantuan. Huh. So... What's with the electric ones? I guess we're gonna recharge those with like a wire somehow? So, yeah, there's a wire slit in here. And that'll happen somehow when I get... well, I mean, there's a reset thing, so if I get stuck, I can just move on. Am I supposed to shoot through there? This is one where it's like... It's less that I can't think of the solution and more like I'm not entirely sure what I'm trying to accomplish. My goal is not super standing out to me right now. Fuck. Physics just kicks it right out of the map. Why does the staircase thing exist? I'm trying to think of the goals of these items. Weird. Like, that'll get powered if what? The laser hits it? This wire hits it? There's only one wire in this room right now. That's as far as you go. This kicks it off. I'm pretty sure when it falls down there that that's just a failure state, right? So then other option, let's try... Yeah, I did it! That thing's raised off the floor so it can't reach it at all. I don't know what its deal is. I just don't see what my goal is right now. Where's the end point? What do I do to get there? None of these... Like, what's this thing's just, like, way up in the air. Like, I could use it to push this off for some reason, maybe. Like, mostly it just seems like a bunch of unrelated items. Like, all I can do is push it out like this, right? If I hit it like this, it goes over a little bit. If I use this one, it won't reach it in the first place. And this one knocks it in the hole. So this side staircase seems kind of pointless. Is there like a rotate room button or a magnet button? I don't think I'm missing anything. What is... Oh, you move. Whoops. Oh. How was I supposed to know that? That's never worked that way before. Weird. I don't think it's ever worked that way before. I'm pretty sure these things have always moved because you tell it to move, like you press a button and it moves. The idea that something would lightly touch the bottom of this wire and that would make the entire thing slide across the entire room seems a little iffy. I guess the ceiling's slanted? Maybe that's the clue? Maybe. Okay, so I think I need to knock it onto this. I need to time it so that it's not going to get knocked off, so it's going to be like that. There we go. There we go. Nope. Not quite. Why isn't that working? Weird. Like, the little spark that comes out was clearly on the surface I wanted to use, but it just kind of didn't do anything? There we go. I guess that realization of that wire is like the entire puzzle, because like the rest of it is just like by the numbers of like, go press the next thing that it's next to, and it'll go again, and that's the whole puzzle. But the initial realization of like, oh, whoa, look at this, is like the point, I guess. Oh, I don't think that was a secret. I think that was required to continue. It seems like it's pointing forward, like maybe I couldn't have gone this way otherwise. Hello. I think this is it. This is familiar, I think. Yeah, when I played this game years and years and years ago, I think there was some puzzle with magnets, and you're above the tank or whatever. I think this is the one I gave up on, where I just like, I don't want to play this game anymore. Like all the years ago. I think this, because it's yeah. It speaks to some of the other issues the game has, is just like the inconsistency, like this stuff's just physicsing, so like that's getting slanted, and that's like, this is like it's kind of messy, which makes puzzles like this a nightmare if they're not going well. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. They give me those two. What else did they give me? Nothing besides these magnets. So using just those magnets, I'm apparently supposed to divide these 4 items to be separate from each other by that exact amount of space so that they can all go onto these 4 beams somehow. Oh god, yeah. I definitely remember giving up exactly here, because I just didn't want to play anymore. And I think, if I were to guess, it was probably because there's like no build-up to this. Like, look at this puzzle. This is actually like, how do I do this? It's like, and it's like, it's a relatively extreme, like, there's no warm-up of like, how, like, let's practice moving objects of different sizes with the magnets. Like, there's no ramp, so like, I have no skill pre-existing with this type of puzzle. And so then it comes up like this, and it's just like, yeah, this looks like a nightmare, do it. And it came up out of nowhere, and I was like, jeez. And then it's like a whiplash thing. Like, I'm expecting another thing where I rotate lasers. Remember the rotate the lasers puzzles? Where'd those go? Where you click a button to rotate the lasers? There was like 3 of those. Right after there was like 3 puzzles about the rotating ball things. And I find it interesting because like the platforming puzzles with like the red, yellow, blue and stuff like that, and like the darkness puzzles, like, not the darkness puzzles, but like at the beginning of the game they set up a puzzle mechanic that's going to be like, that seems really consistent, like they have a bunch of puzzles of that kind. Then out of nowhere the game turns into a game where they have like 3 puzzles, they essentially have like 3 puzzles of each type, and then they move on every time, and it seems to not build on where it's going. And I think that's probably a bit of the fault of this game, and why maybe it didn't come up as much. Am I just seeing a weird light there? Where was that? There it is, yeah. There's a seam up there. Not a big deal. Oh, yeah, it's up there, too. Oh, well. Okay, this might be a nightmare. Let's give it a shot. You can reset it as many times as you want. Just gotta somehow separate all these items from each other. Now they're getting crooked. And these two are pretty much just stuck together right now, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Yeah. Yeah, this just stinks of a big old case of how, though? How? There's just gotta be a trick here, right? So... Oh, that just reset them back to where they were. It's pretty funny how they just... If you time it evenly, they end up exactly where they started. There's some kind of trick involving these two red things. Somehow. Where you somehow, like, separate them? Or something? Or something? Alright, let's start over again. The best I can come up with. Let's see. That's something. I think the point might be that these two beams line up with each of these red bars. That might be the point here. If I can get them to line up along here, on these red bars, then they might come out. I think the point is the small one goes up faster than the big one, so the big one has to be in the back corner and the small one has to be in front of it, so that when I press this magnet, it'll come out faster. Hopefully. Means I need a system. I need to work on separating them and putting them in the correct order, which is kind of a problem right now, because this one's kind of in the way. That'll start. There we go. That got them in the right order. I want that on both sides, so the goal is to do that again without screwing this up, basically. Might be hard. How? Okay, first of all, let's just test to see if this works. So let's get you out. Those two work, but you're out of place, like, pretty majorly. Okay, that kind of just became a whole new problem, didn't it? I might be able to work with that. Just barely. There we go. It's not the most brutal puzzle ever, it's just that it comes out of nowhere. Like, there's no... This is probably not... This probably shouldn't be the entry-level puzzle for this kind of puzzle-solving situation. Yes, we've used magnets before, but we've never done a puzzle like this. This specific variation's, like, kind of nuts. It's also really finicky, just because the physics is kind of inconsistent. Why? Stop getting stuck. Oh, but now it's turning the corner. Damn it. There we go. No, now that one's getting stuck. Why? And, like, you can't turn them on and off fast enough. There's a minimum time involved, unfortunately. You finicky crap. You're so ha ha ha. You're so finicky. Just finish going in the corner. I guess it won't. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's close enough. Good? Good. Right? Yeah. Oh god, it's sliding. Hi. Now it's down there. There we go. There we go. We got it. Okay. What's your issue? Nope. Black panels don't mean anything. But yeah, I totally gave up here last time. 6 years ago? I don't know, whenever the game came out. Wasn't particularly motivated to play puzzle games back then either, so like I was like, eh. I wasn't having fun with the puzzle, and it came out of nowhere and crushed me, so I was like, bye. And I just left. Maybe that's why they added a story, to try to draw people in more the way the Portal does, so you have other reasons to keep playing besides just whatever puzzle you're on. Because if you don't like the particular puzzle you're on, then you just kind of want to leave. There's just holes in this floor. Terrifying.
You heard it in her voice, didn't you? The lies catching in her throat. Did you really believe that the fate of the planet depends on you solving puzzles in a box? They lie to give you just enough hope to keep you where they want you, alone in the dark. Just you and the voices in your head.
Hello? Who is this? Who are you and how are you on this frequency? Sir, this is a private government channel. I don't know how you're broadcasting out here, but what you're doing is illegal. What is your name?
You people scrubbed my name out of my head. All I am is a number you gave me. 919. And you can pretend all you want, but now he knows the truth. No faith, just facts.
Hello? Hello? Listen to me. I have no idea who that person is. Whatever he's been saying to you, you need to ignore it. If he contacts you again, just blank it out. I'll contact Mission Control and find out what the hell is going on. I'm orbiting out of range, but remember, your mission is everything. The entire world is depending on you.
They definitely didn't handle the story right. I don't think. It's just like the guy comes in to be all like, everything you know in this puzzle game is a lie, and you're just like you're just so used to that. Like, every puzzle game does that. Well, Witness doesn't do that. Or at least not in that way. Like, there's like a good guy and a bad guy arguing it out, but like, Portal pulls that trick, Myst pulls that trick, like every Talos Principle, like basically every puzzle game I can think of is all like, here's the narrative, doesn't it seem nice? Solve these puzzles, isn't everything great? Oh my god, it's actually an evil conspiracy plan. But like, this guy shows up like seconds into the game to be all like, ooh, I'm a interference voice getting, oh, did the game just crash? Oh. Oh, weird, there was just like no loading screen, so it felt like the game crashed. Usually there's a loading screen when the game has to load the next zone, but it just went black, and I'm like, oh god, it crashed? This is like with Morrowind. But yeah, usually there's like they set up a baseline and characters you like, or something like that, and some basic idea, and then they subvert it eventually. But in this game, they just subverted how the game worked immediately. Like, within minutes, the game was already giving me these like transmissions where I couldn't quite make out what he was saying, but he was clear like, oh, don't listen to her, and stuff like that. And like, that was kind of, they played the hand so fast that they didn't even have a chance to set up the basic thing. So I can just make these whatever color I want. Is that how that works? Yep. Well, I can't jump that high. What am I gonna do about that? Can I make you blue? Oh, only one of them. Boink. There we go. Now I can paint with colors. Hooray. Alright, so let's make a staircase. This could be an interesting mechanic. Whoa, psychedelic visuals. They really figured out how, like, you can make relatively... The simplicity of the graphics lends itself well to, like, a bunch of pleasing patterns if you go with it. It's like, look at how this door opens, look at... Oh, wow. I was joking, like, I was just giving it as an example, and then the game literally did the whole, like, look how this door opens by having that happen. Look, it opens while it's spinning! Because grids are pleasing, so you can pull a lot of tricks with grids that make them pleasing to the eye and stuff. So it has to get here. Okay, this is where things get interesting. Maybe the game will just kind of give up on all of its weird gimmicks it raised in the middle and go back to the core gameplay, which is red, yellow, blue. The darkness was an augmentation of those puzzles, and other things were augmentations on those puzzles, but like the laser stuff, the weird laser stuff and the weird robot that turns right a lot stuff kind of just screamed like, we kind of had an idea and we didn't know how to elaborate on it, so here's 10 minutes of it, now it's gone forever, bye! Which is something that comes up a lot in puzzle games, like Glitch Space was one where you had to program your puzzles as you went. And in the act of programming the puzzles, you would end up with these, like, it turned out that pretty quickly the game only had, like, one iteration of each puzzle, and then just gave up on them as you went, and, like, and that's all they had. Let's see. So my goal is to get you here so you jump over, hopefully, and land perfectly in there. I don't see how else this could work, unless I used maybe the staircase one would give you some oomph, too. Yeah. Without momentum, it makes me go in the right spot, so it's probably right. Okay. You can also be a thing, huh? How else does this work? Oh, there's the additional mechanic here, is I can only use each of them once. Yeah, I can only use each one once. Okay. So now we have a rule set, basically. You go right here, which is perfectly with right there. But this will probably work. Make it roll out. Then hope it lands perfectly right there. There you go. Yeah, this is an example of an idea the game iterates on a lot, which is the ball rolling down a ramp mechanic. Because there's like tons of hallways like that, and they explore the idea and keep iterating on it, as opposed to making 3 rooms of it then leaving it. But we'll see. Maybe there'll be like a magical final chamber that uses these ideas to their fullest. It is slightly weird how the shadows are like baked in for these things. What that means is that there's no active lighting engine animating these things, but instead like they're just preset to have a gradient of like dark to light on each one. So dark to light, dark to light. And so when they're used for a spiral opening doorway, it leads to a weird problem where the shadows don't make sense and they just are staying dark because they moved it. Like the color gradient made sense in its original position and then stopped making sense later. Huh. This time I get a purple. So the idea here is you get to pick which purple spot, which of these 2 spots is rotatable, or maybe more spots. There's no white spots over here. Okay. Hey, what am I gonna do with this? Are there other surfaces? Is it just these 2? How much rotates when I rotate this? Just that spot, yeah. So if just that part rotates, then like... Just trying to think of what purpose the rotation would serve. Maybe it's just not time for it yet. Not quite enough to clear it. So do you maintain... If I bounce on you from higher, do like portal rules apply where I bounce even higher? Because everything after this point is stuff I've never seen before. Because that physics puzzle with the grid destroyed me when I was 6 years younger or whatever, and I didn't really feel like playing anymore. So why would I rotate it? Oh, I realize now. The idea is I use this thing to rotate it. Then I take it out, and it'll stay rotated. And then I can make this staircase stick out. That's what's going on. It's a multi-step process. I was trying to figure out what configuration would solve the puzzle, and I'm like, there's no configuration that solves this puzzle. How is this possible? And that's because I needed a different question, which is, what sequence of actions do I perform here instead? Ooh. Hope you don't have motion sickness. I've never had to deal with motion sickness, but some people get that stuff, and that's probably one of the things that might do it. Screensaver.